Hey everyone, today we're not going to have any fancy charts or licks or phrases to do today. I just wanted to talk to you about something more philosophical in nature that affects all of us musicians. So, with that being said, are you having fun with music? As a musician and as a guitarist and as a teacher too, I've been at places in my past where I simply was not having fun as a musician doing whatever it was I was doing at the time. And you need to change that because music is a part of your life. And if you want to continue in that, whether it's a career or not, you want to make sure that you are finding ways to make music fun. And that may mean doing something completely different with your music. For instance, if you are simply working on scales and riffs or technique all the time because you want to get better, that's a great goal. But if that is driving you nuts, I don't know if that would be the best use of your time. You want to be doing something that is genuinely enjoyable for you, whether it's performance or teaching or music production. You may need to consider a lot of options if you are at a point right now where you're stagnant. I'll give you a couple of brief examples, really just as inspiration, because these really helped me. I ran a music academy for 18 years, and as part of that, we would invite artists to come perform. And sometimes when those artists would come and perform, the teachers would fill in as a band for them and play along with them. And one of the times that we had Bumblefoot, Ron Thal, I don't remember the situation, what was going on. I do remember being stressed because I was running the entire event. And also, I think we were playing, I don't know, let's say 15 songs for the clinic. It was a lot of music. And some of that music was pretty tricky. So that may have been just the stress of it all. But I do remember Ron saying to me, he said, "Are you having fun with music?" And it was just a genuine insight that I had to think about that he had there, because he was right. I wasn't thoroughly enjoying myself. I was taking everything way too seriously. I was not enjoying the moment or enjoying the idea of performing and connecting with the crowd, that sort of thing. You need to learn to let go in performance situations like that. You do your homework. I'm a big proponent of doing your homework and making sure you know how to play the music and that sort of thing. But you also need to put as much effort into having fun with the music as you do with learning it, because that makes the whole experience much more rewarding and something that will hopefully yield more opportunities and more fun down the line. So when he said that to me, that really stuck with me. And then also I had the chance to play a number of times with Andy Wood. And we played also outside of the Army. We did other shows. And one of the shows we did was opening for Michael Landau. And that was at a guitar and amp show, and that was a big deal. And one of the songs that we played, let's see, how did it began with the drums, and then I was the first guitar to come in. For whatever reason, I came in on the wrong key. I just simply set up my chord on the wrong fret, wrong key. I instantly heard it and corrected, and everything was cool, and Andy just kind of looked over at me briefly. That made me feel terrible, and of course it ruined the show for me because it was in my brain and I couldn't let it go. Situations like that, you have to put behind you. And of course, after the show, I told Andy, I was like, "Oh man," I said, "I'm so sorry. I can't believe I started in the wrong key." What did he say? "Oh man, it's one chord. Who cares?" He didn't care at all. He knew I knew the rest of the stuff and I did it fairly well. And, but our brains, we tend to focus on the negatives. And I played the rest of the show Maybe not flawlessly, but I played the rest of the show. Probably, 98% was on the money and what we needed to do for that show. But of course, our brain wraps around that one horrible chord and it won't let it go. And that affects us in everything else we play. So my encouragement to all of you is to learn to have fun with music. And if you're not having fun doing what you're doing right now, you really need to try something else. Try playing with different musicians. Try recording yourself more often to see if that's a path you want to go down. Try playing for social events that you would have never played for before, or church, or something completely different that you thought you would never do. That might be an opportunity for you. And if you don't like performance, there are other ways to have fun as a hobbyist on guitar. You can certainly do a lot of things to benefit others with your music. You could teach young kids. You could interact with your family, of course. Many times I've gone places and people will say, let's just do a sing-along, and we'll break out a phone or an iPad, pull up the charts, and there you go, you can play. So I understand not everybody's into performance, but if you're having a moment in your music career, whether it's paid or not, most are unpaid, that seems like you're kind of down and you're having a tough time of it, make sure you think about ways to make music fun and try something completely different. And I know you can make a difference in what you're doing right now. You can find a way to regain that inspiration and make sure that whatever you're doing is something that's going to generate more interest in music for you. So always look for the opportunities to have fun in music, because it really gets you playing more. It gets you learning easier as well. And I hope that just this little chat here with no guitar playing at all is something that you can take and use in your own playing. And if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to hit that like button. But also down below in the comments, let me know your ideas. I would love to know things that you have done in the past to help rekindle that fire and that inspiration in your musical career, whether it be playing guitar or some other instrument. But there's all kinds of ways that we can share with one another to get those things going again. Thanks for watching. I'll see all you guys next time.